Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening to all of you. Welcome to a new batch for Stellanari Astrology and Vedic Astrology. So today's session is going to be fundamental session. So nobody's paying for anything. Then I will cover the syllabus of this entire course, and then what will be the fees and all that. So I'll just start off with my background. Some of you might know about me because you are following me in my YouTube channels and videos like that. But again, still, I will just cover, and then we'll go from there. So this course, I'm calling it as applied astrology. Okay. So lot of people, I mean, there are a lot of astrology courses. I mean, there are hundreds of people, gurus are teaching astrology. And again, astrology is an ocean by itself. From an outsider perspective, we might think everything is same, but once you come into it, then you will see the depth of it. Right? Again, what I know is only like handful of it. It's an ocean eh, of methods, knowledge, complexities, and all that, right? So, and why I kept this course name as Applied Astrology is I will be focusing more on the practical side of it in our real life. How can we use these astrological principles in our day-to-day life? Not day-to-day life in the sense, not that daily I go and open my chart and see what is going to happen today. No, not like that. Whenever people, humans, we as a humans face problems, face issues, right? So at that time, we can see, and then the approaches, solutions to the problems, all that will be very practical. And I will be teaching how to really apply those concepts, those rules. Our Shastras, our Rishis has written so many rules, right? So many exceptions and all that. All that has been simplified. All that has been simplified and then doing it. Okay. So that is what I will be doing it. That is why I'm calling this course as Applied Astrology. Okay. Just to about my background. Um, I'm an IT professional by profession. I have more than 30 years experience in IT. And now I'm into program management. I work for a tech company in California Bay Area in program management. Educationally, I did Polytechnic and then BCom and then finally MBA and in systems and finance. And from astrological perspective, I finished my PhD in astrology, specializing in medical astrology. And my research thesis is on detecting cancer using astrology. That was my research paper, research thesis, and that is where I got my PhD. And that also will be covered in the class. Whatever the researches I have done, that also I will be covering it. Okay. And in the occult science field, I have more than 25 years experience. Now I can say 30 years now. Uh, I first started with um, palmistry. This is where I first started. And then from there, I learned numerology. And then I learned astrology, Vastu, handwriting analysis, and all, one by one by one. Everything initially, all I learned on my own by reading books, and then I just practice it. Palmistry was like a very I was very good at palmistry in the, and I used to just grab people's hand. I don't need software. I don't need their birth time to cast the horoscope. So in that way, it was very easy for me. Right? I just go to office. I just grab my colleagues' hands, and then I start analyzing it, and then I just predict like that. I used to do. And recently, I finally published my full astrology book called Applied Astrology. It's there in Amazon. For people in India, only ebook is available. For other than India, US, UK, Canada, everywhere, you can do paperback as well. Paperback all available, and ebook is also available. But only for India, it is only ebook. That is because I'm based out in US, and Indian Amazon website is not allowing me to print. I need a local account or something, whatever. India is little complicated in coming from taxations and things like that. It's not that easy, but whatever. But ebook is available. You can purchase it. This book completely covers the entire syllabus of whatever I am teaching. Okay. There are a lot of predictions I made, and the people who are following my YouTube channel, and this year, I just quickly many predictions, right? Out of this main thing, I am very proud of my prediction is I predicted this vaccine, when we will get the vaccine. When the COVID time, the market completely crashed. And on March 13th itself, I predicted when the stock market will recover. When I did this prediction, imagine February, March only this COVID it was in peak, right? It was completely, nobody knew what is happening. At that time, I predicted it, and nobody believed it. People laughed. How are you doing it? I said, "This is what my prediction is. Let's see." Then from 15th May onwards, you can see that upward trends in Dow Jones like that. So many prediction. I don't want to go through this complete list here. Yeah, this one also again, I'm very glad. Everybody was predicting BJP will win, right? But I was the only one I predicted that there will be dent in BJP's seats, and especially to Modi's image. So BJP came down from 303 to 240. It's like 63 seats down. So yeah, this is the Dow Jones chart. See here from 15th May. You see this upward, and same thing for India also. Oh, this is BSC, and then this is Dow Jones. This is okay. Okay. So now let's talk about syllabus. What is covered? I'll start from fundamentals. So it's not that there is no prerequisite for anybody to know anything in astrology. What I need is only an interest that you want to learn astrology. That's all. Okay. So I start from fundamentals. What is astronomy, astrology, zodiac signs, all nine navagrahas, panchabhutas, right? And then the 12 houses. I will teach both north and south styles. Okay. I will teach you both how to read a chart from both North Indian style and South Indian style. Recently also I made another video because people keep on asking, do you do South Indian style or do you do North Indian style? If you have not watched that video, again, please go and watch. I've explained. And again, in the class, I will be covering both. And in the class, I will be specifically, wantedly, interchangeably, I will be using both styles. In some example cases, I will show North Indian style. In some example cases, I will show South Indian style. That is because I want my students to be well versed in both. I don't want, say, you follow North Indian style. Some South Indian person comes and then gives a horoscope to you to analyze, and I don't want my students to get stumbled upon. Oh, what is this? Like that, or vice versa. You are well versed in South Indian thing, and then some North Indian friend comes and then gives his horoscope or their family member horoscope. Then you are stumbling upon what is this. Then I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to my students. Okay, and all the this thing, and then different types of astrology. Right, I was talking about there are so many types of astrology. Right, so that also I will be teaching. Then casting the horoscope, reading the horoscope, Baba chart, Chalit chart. So that is where, like, from here onwards, we will be moving little advanced. Okay, the dasha systems, then transits, how to predict transits, then the stellar Nadi method, how to use the stellar Nadi method, and all that. Okay. And then DNA, just this is a bonus material I will be covering. What is DNA astrology? Just a overview of DNA astrology. Then here it comes the other individual aspects, education related, how to do analyze the education related, career, profession, marriage. Nowadays, it has become like a big issue. This generation people, either they are not getting married, even if b they want to get married. Not many people are getting married because of various reasons. For people who got married, they're having issues, divorces and things like that, right? So this whole this aspect has become challenging for this generation kids. And so all that we will be covering, issues, divorce, whether divorce will happen or not, all that. Then childbirth is another big issue, right? Nowadays, in every place you see so many fertility centers. Uh, in my age, or like some of you are like, you are all like almost my age. We never heard of fertility centers back then, but now it's there everywhere. Then property, assets, vehicles, all that. Litigation, some people might have court cases, right? And then traveling to foreign countries, work visa, green card, citizenship. Now with Trump, all this green card, H1 is all like a big mess, right? All that. And medical astrology. Medical astrology itself will be two sessions. I will be covering. So in deep, like again here, I will be covering how to predict cancer disease also. I will be teaching that my formula of how to use that. My formula, my method is very accurate. I have a success rate of more than 85% for cancer. And longevity and horoscope matching, remedies. What type of remedies? Remedies itself, again, two session. By the way, each session is 2 hours every week. Okay. Then Prashna astrology, Horore astrology, you would have heard. So here also there are various different methods. I will be teaching traditional Vedic method, and then the stellar Nadi method. And the birth time rectification also is covered. Then how to set the muhurtam or auspicious time for all the events, right? So this is the syllabus complete. So the fundamentals, it's all Vedic astrology, right? That is, there is no doubt in that. So that I will start. And then when we come to all this analyzing for each aspects, that is where I will be predominantly using the stellar Nadi method. And The guarantee I give is after you finish this course, you will be able to answer any client question in less than 2 minutes. It can be anything. It could be related to marriage, it could be related to career, it could be related to childbirth or whatever, health, anything. Within 2 minutes, you will be able to answer very accurately. Any questions so far?
No, no question. So, every, how the 2 hours, each class is 2 hours. Is
Yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, each class is 2 hours. It will be Zoom recording. Okay. The
Okay.
Zoom recording also I will provide. It will be there. Okay. And the first few minutes, I will be first clarifying your questions,
Okay.
your doubts. After clearing that only, I will start that particular day's topic.
Okay.
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 So that you can clear your doubts, and then I will go to the next on that day's topic. So
Okay.
ample time will be given to you. So I will be creating a separate WhatsApp group for the students enrolled, and then there in that group you can keep posting your questions, answers, I mean all that. We'll be having active participation.
Mm, okay. And you will also analyze some of these charts, so to show that how, some figures, the renowned figures chart. You will also do that and show that, how their career, how their life has been progressed.
Y- Yeah. So, say for example, when I'm dealing with the career, right?
Mm,
So I will be sharing some example charts. So those example charts will be unique.
mm,
Okay. And you can also bring your own chart. So usually what I recommend is I recommend the students to bring your family members, your friends' charts. Again, you don't have to share their names, right? We don't need that. Why is that way you know exactly what happened in their life.
okay,
See,
yeah.
when we start predicting or analyzing the celebrities, the public figures, we do not know what exactly happened
Mm, yeah.
in their life. See, astrology is about the feeling, right? See,
Mm,
we are living, experiencing this life, right? How we are experiencing this life is what will be analyzed using astrology. Say, for example, just because somebody has money, he may not be happy.
mm,
He or she may not be happy, right? That we can find out.
okay.
So, like that. So, if you bring your known person's chart, when we go that deep, right, then you will be able to confirm the events.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that, the celebrities charts also, but I don't generally prefer that.
No, no, you are right. Absolutely. That way we know that what's happening. If we know that, okay, the person who I'm bringing, I know him. Okay, so
Correct.
what's happening in his life, I can relate.
Correct. You
Yeah.
can relate, and then we will see, okay, this time was there any issues? All
Mm,
right. Then because as a friend or as a family member or a relative, yeah, this time that person had this problem, that problem, or when that person got promoted, or like all that, right? If it is career related. So many
mm,
things that we will know.
correct. Yes, correct. Very good. Yeah.
Right. And then, of course, I have my own sample charts as well. Like, say, for example, when I'm dealing with education, then I will be showing people with civil services, IAS, civil services, horoscopes, people having double PhD horoscopes like that.
Mm, okay.
Right. So then I will be teaching that. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
No, fantastic. Very nice. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, right. So now let's I'll cover the fees. I think I have the slides first. We'll cover the basics, and then we will do. Okay.
Mm.
So what is Jyotisha? I want the sessions to be interactive. So please unmute and then ask.
The Jyotisha is the eye of the Vedas.
Okay.
So we basically astrology tells us how to see life, and it gives us the clarity so that we can plan our life accordingly.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Any other
Hmm.
thoughts?
Yes, that is Jyoti means light.
Correct.
So that's how I see, that the basic meaning of I said Jyotisha is the light. You're getting, so that gives you the, so it gives a kind of a light in your whatever you are looking at. So shows you a path.
Yeah. Yeah. You are almost close, Lalit.
Mm.
Jyoti means light, right? So Jyoti means light. Jyotisha means study of light. So study of light means study of our energy, right? So now let's park that definition aside. We will come back to it. What is astronomy?
The study of planets and
Study of
how,
planets only. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, study of planets, right? Good. Study of planets, our universe,
universe,
Yes.
yeah.
right? Then, so what is astrology or Jyotisha? So Jyotisha, we already said, study of light, right? Where from we get light?
Yeah. From
Mm.
these, we get light from sun. Sun is,
Sun. That's
yeah,
it. Sun is the Karaka. Sun
sun.
is the only planet in scientific world. They call it as a star, but it is generates light,
Yeah.
right? So Sun is the main planet, one of the main planets in astro, right? So in according to me, so you in astronomy you do the study of planets, universe, right?
Mhm.
So here, when I say astrology, I would say astrology is nothing but astronomy plus you are applying logic. So when you are doing this analysis, study of astronomy, study of this planet's universe, okay, sun is emitting light and then Jupiter is here, moon is here, Mars is there, Venus is here, right? That's all. It revolves around sun so many times, it takes so many days, all that. Okay, okay, then what else? There is nothing more, right?
Yeah.
But now what we are doing is in astrology, in Jyothish Shastra, okay, planet is here. Say, let's take today's example Jupiter. Planet Jupiter is in this particular degree, right? Say, right now it is 30, 60, 90. So it is in the 90th degree, okay, 89 or 90th degree. So Jupiter is moving from 90, 89 to 90 degrees or 90 to 91 degrees. That is what astronomy says. But what we are doing in astrology, we are adding logic to it. Okay, 90 degrees up to means this is in one sign. The from 91 degree onwards, this is a different sign, different Rasi. So, because if Jupiter planet is in that Rasi, then we say, oh, this is how Jupiter will behave. This is how Jupiter will influence the human behavior, human events. So we are connecting the planet's influences on human beings living in Earth. Okay.
Mm.
So the logic there is couple of things. One, we are interpreting the position what type of energy it is going to generate. Okay. Number two, what type of how that energy is influencing the human behavior or events for the specific human. Not just, say, you think, right? You are seeing Earth from Jupiter. It is very so small, right? In that Earth itself, again, we are saying, oh, you are okay, people living in India, people living in US and Canada, like whatever the country, and then specific. Our human being, it is not even visible. It's so tiny, but yet it has influence on us. That is what we are going to study. The astrology is about that, how these planets in universe are getting energized and then influencing human behavior. That is why in Sanskrit we call it as a Jyotisha. Jyoti means is a light, right? The study of light. How that light is coming and then how this light we are getting and how it is affecting our individual lives.
Correct.
Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now, so what are we doing in predictive astrology? So in predictive astrology, basically we are making predictions, right? How are we doing those predictions? You analyze the planet's positions, then you apply. So the calculations is where these planets are, and then from there you analyze, and then from there you apply logic and reasoning, right? That is what I was talking about. Okay, planet Jupiter is moving to Cancer, that is 91 degrees, 220 today. Okay, so what does it mean? So then you apply logic and reasoning and arrive at this predictions. So this is what predictive astrology is. Do the first calculations, you analyze, and then you apply logic and reasoning. Logic and reasoning is nothing but the set of rules that we will be learning in the Jyothish Shastra, whatever the rules are, right? And then arrive at the predictions. So this is where the predictions sometimes goes wrong. Lot of times, if the prediction goes wrong, they blame the Jyothish Shastra. Shastra is not wrong. It is only this person who is doing this logic and reasoning, human or the astrologer, is wrong, not the Shastra. But a lot of people, oh, this person predicted this didn't come, so that's why the whole astrology is, uh, you know, they blame and then they troll, all that. It is not. It is the human. We failed to interpret, apply the logic and reasoning. Okay. See, one example I give in every class is like in a mathematics problem, like in a 10th class board exam or whatever. If you make a mistake, do you do we blame the algebra or the calculus that it is wrong, or do we blame the student, or do we tell the student, say, you didn't do the sum correctly, that's why you got wrong?
No, student, certainly.
Student, right? So we don't blame the calculus formulas, or we don't blame the algebra formulas and equations like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing to astrology also. There's no point in blaming the astrology. That means as a human, we made a mistake. If some of my prediction doesn't happen, goes wrong, that means I overlooked something. I made some mistake. That's all. So that is why then I have to go back to my drawing board and then analyze what mistake, what did I overlook. Sometimes you may not be able to see that. but that's okay. You cannot predict 100% everything. That is also we have to keep in mind. Don't ever think that anybody can predict 100%. That is never going to happen. There will be maximum people can get is 80%. Even in this that astrology field, 80% itself is very high. Normally people say it's only 55 to 60%. So, but in this method, the methods I'm teaching, and then again, once you practice 1 minute,
Yeah.
sorry, doctor's office call. Okay. So that is where the predictions happen, and that is the human factor, and we have to keep in mind. Don't ever think that we will be able to predict 100%. That is never going to happen. Okay. So now let's talk about the Jyotisha, Vedic Jyotisha. When it started? It started, sorry, 1 minute. Why? What happened? Are you seeing my screen? No, right?
No, no
No,
screen.
okay. Uh, yeah, you're able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Now you're able to see, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it is written by sage Bhrigu Maharshi first version, earliest version, and then further advanced by sage Parashara. So Parashara says he is the one who wrote this Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. This is what widely people use, and this is what we call it as a Vedic astrology. Okay, Vedic astrology means this Parashara Hora Shastra, and there are again after that there are so many rishis have advanced these Jyotish Shastra, and there are multiple variations to it. So, how old is Jyotish Shastra? And nobody knows. There is no clear answer to it. When it started, all that. Okay. One example, like I consider, is Ramayana. So, Ramayana is one of the oldest epic. Right? In actual Valmiki Ramayana, there are numerous references of planetary positions and critical events in the Ramayana itself in the form of shloka. When the Ram's birth time, time basically they did not give time. He just gave the planetary positions. These are the planets in the in the universe like that. So for every event, the slokas are there in the Valmiki Ramayana. So if people have written these slokas, means what? What does it mean? That means it's already in practice. Otherwise, why would somebody write? right? So it was there even before the Ramayana period, but at least the documentary proof. First thing we have is the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana. So now let's see where this Jyotish Shastra sits. So this is a chart, a tree view of our Hindu scriptures. There are basically two characters, Shruti and Smruti. In Shruti, you have the four Vedas and Upavedas, all that. Okay. In Smruti, Smruti is like basically in form of some documentation. Shruti is mostly on oral, right? There is no document. The disciples, the students are not taught based on document. Okay. So in Shruti, you have some document, something is there, and with that, people are taught. So here you have so many, sub in Smruti. Vedangana is one side here, Dharma Sutras, Shastras, Itihasas, Puranas, and all that. So in Vedangana again you have many things, yeah, Siksha, Vyakarana, Chandas, right? And you have Jyotisha. Jyotisha is falls under Vedangana under Smruti category. The moment you come, we are learning, we are in this space. And I've just highlighted the Ayurveda as one of the Upavedas. Okay. And one thing I will tell you, uh, without our previous life connection to this subject, nobody will come and then learn this subject or practice this subject. There has to be a strong connection with your past life on Jyotish Shastra. Otherwise, it won't come. You will not even get that interest. It doesn't matter when you are getting that interest. Some people might get early, some people might get like, post retirement, like that. It doesn't matter. There has to be connection. Otherwise, it will not come.
Okay. So how it is connected?
Yeah, sorry.
You say how it is connected. I said
How it is connected. See, I was telling, right? So, Jyotisha, you will not, uh, sorry, um, what I was about to tell, how
how
you will get connected,
yeah.
right? That is the question. So, in the first few slides, I was talking about Jyotisha is the ocean, right?
Mm,
So, you start learning. What you learn is very little, right?
mm,
So, nobody can learn this entire subject in one human life, in
okay.
one janma we call.
Mm,
Okay. So you will you will learn to some extent in this life. Okay. Say let us assume that you started learning from this life. Okay. Then
okay.
you will learn up to some extent. Then after that, our life will end. Then you take a rebirth. In that rebirth, at some point, you will get into this subject and then you will learn. You may think that you are starting only from scratch in that life. But according to your knowledge wise, you will start where you left off.
Okay. Mm,
Okay. It is not you are starting from scratch. You may you may start, but your learning curve will be so steep that you will master that, and then you will soon resume where you left off in your previous life.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So suppose I'm learning now, Jyotish means I have covered this other part, then coming here, or maybe in Jyotish only I'm covering.
Correct. We
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
That we
Okay.
will know as you progress.
Okay. Okay.
See, I will tell you, I mean, my personal experience,
Mm.
right? In my family, nobody believes astrology.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody believes.
Mm.
So there is no question of me getting this knowledge from my family,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So suddenly I got interest. I bought book, I learnt, and then I started using it.
Mm. Okay.
So a lot of people say palmistry is very difficult. Okay. For me, uh, like it is so easy.
It came as it is, like no, you just
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, right, I think why people say this is difficult. It is so easy. It is so simple. The line has to start from here to end here. You have to analyze how the line progressing. The basically there are quality of line, like that. For me, it became it. I think it is easy. It is very self-explanatory. See, that is what once you. So that is the clue. That means you have learned those basics in your past life,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So you think that is it is very common. See, so some of the especially this is applicable for artistic fields,
Mm.
right? Or even the sports also. Why some people we say like he's a born talent,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Some kids like at the very young age they start singing, they start dancing, they start playing any sport without any training. How is that possible? Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that is all coming from the past life,
Mm. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Absolutely. You are right.
right? So it
Mm.
all we think it is here,
Mm.
but it is not.
Yes.
We think this is happening in this life, but it is not. It is
Mm.
all coming from our past life.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
No, that's perfect. Clear. Yeah.
So Jyotisha types. One is Bhrigu, Bhrigunadi. That is the first method. Then Parashari method. That is what 95% of the people are following it. Gemini method.
Mm.
Lal Kitab is another method you must have heard. Nadi astrology. In Nadi, again, there are so many Nadi astrology. Brigunanti Nadi, Naga Nadi, Chandrakala Nadi, like there are many. Okay. I think there are like 18 types of Nadi astrology.
Okay.
And then when we
Mm.
say Nadi, in North, the Nadi astrology means is different. In South, the Nadi astrology meaning means is different. In South, the Nadi astrology means that is the reading of this palm leaf. That is written by Agastya, Sage Agastya. So that is why you take the fingerprint and then they scan it. They are using your fingerprint. They will go through their leaves and then they will pull out your exact leaf, what is written by Agastya, and then they will read out. That is Nadi astrology in South. Okay. So that is also another method. So stellar astrology. In stellar astrology, again there are different methods. One is stellar Nadi method. The other method is KP Krishnamurti Paddhati. Again under KP, you have KP Kular Kaspal interlinks, KB Bhaskara interlinks, and then Gurumurti Paddhati. Gurumurti is a direct disciple of KP. So again, he further fine-tuned the KP method and then he came up with his own method, Gurumurti Paddhati. These two similar, very minute difference. Okay, KP Kullar and then KB Bhaskara. This is all in India. Outside India, you have Greek astrology and you have Western astrology, you have Chinese astrology. See how many methods. So the Stellanari method, right? So how when it happened, it is developed by R. Gopal Krishna Rao. Okay, he is popularly pen name as Meena. He is the first person who came up with this sublot concept, and then this was published in January 1955 issue. This became the fundamentals for KP system. Okay, this is just an FII. Okay. So now let's talk about the zodiac signs, Rashis. So the universe is 360 degrees, right? When you draw a circle, it is 360 degrees. So this 360 degrees has been divided by into 12 signs or rashis. Okay. So the first sign is Mesham, Aries. Second sign is Vrishabham or Taurus. Third is Mithunam or Gemini. Fourth is Karkataka or Cancer. Fifth is Simham or Leo. Sixth is Kanya, Virgo. Seventh, Tula, Libra. Eighth, Vrishika, Scorpio. Ninth Rashi, Dhanushu, Sagittarius. 10th, Makaram, Capricorn. 11th, Kumbham, Aquarius. 12th, Meenam, Pisces. So here it ends 360 degrees. So I just put the ending degree here, 30 degrees, 60, 90, 120 like that. I'm to So 30 degrees each, 12 signs, 360 degrees. This you have to memorize. These 12 signs you have to memorize. I will tell you in this whole class which things you have to memorize. I will tell you which things you need not memorize. Okay. If you memorize, it is good. Otherwise, even if you don't remember, that's fine. But this is fundamental. This you have to. But again, as you practice, then all these names will become by heart for you. But this you have to memorize. Okay. So I'm using the word called Graha in astrology. What is Graha? So there are Navagrahas, we say, right? What are those Navagrahas? Surya, Chandra, Mangal, Buddha, Brihaspati or Guru, that is Jupiter, Shukra, that is Venus, Shani, Saturn. These are the 7 grahas in astrology. Okay. And the remaining 2 are Chaya grahas. Chaya means shadow. That means they do not exist physically in the universe. Only these exist physically. These Chaya Grahas do not exist. That is Rahu and Ketu. In the few next slides, we will talk about Rahu Ketu, what are those, how they are determined. Okay. So this 7, this plus 2, these two make Navagraha 9. And we have Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These grahas, these planets, we don't consider. Modern astrologers, people are considering it. Some people, not many, but I do not consider it. In the class, I will tell you why I am not considering it. Okay. You see the word graha and planet. People, we use planet as interchangeably, right? So that is why a lot of people who don't believe astrology and all that, they will say sun moon is not a planet. Why are you guys calling it as a planet? Right? So they are stars, they say, right? So, but we in Sanskrit we call it as graha. So, do you guys know the difference between graha and a planet, or is it same?
Graha is basically celestial body,
Hmm.
not exactly planet. So we have stars and we have planets, everything. But the sun is a star. So that's it.
Yeah, planet. Yeah, it is a celestial body. Correct. Right. So just think in our Sanskrit, what are we saying? We are saying it is a Jyothish Shastra. Jyotish, study of light. Right. What is a graha? Graha means what? Grasping. Okay. I don't know the Hindi meaning, but in Telugu, we'll say grahinchara means you absorb.
Yeah.
Okay. Say if somebody teaches something concept and you absorb, right? You take uh, completely inside you. That is what the graha is. So these grahas take the light from sun and emit and reflect with their own characteristics,
Okay.
with their own uniqueness to earth. So I think in the next slide, um, okay, yeah. So from sun, light is coming, right? So when say, let's say, light is going to Mercury, okay, and then we are here in Earth, we get direct light from sun also, correct?
Yes.
And this Mercury also will emit,
Mm.
and it sends the light to Earth. So this light is not same as this light. Why? Because it is coming from Mercury. It will get mixed with Mercury's energy and then come. That is the difference. So that is why we call it as a grahas. Grahas means they have their uniqueness, they have their own characteristics, and then they reflect the light in a different way. Same thing, the same, say, let's assume Saturn is here. So it goes from here, right? And then the light comes from Saturn to here. So this same light is not the same. Whatever sun is emitting and that energy is coming to earth is not same as this one, because this is coming from Saturn, this is coming from Mercury. It all will be different. So that is what the Graha means. That is why it is different. Each planet, each Graha will have its own uniqueness.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Graha is not equal to planet, though we interchangeably use it. Technically, it is not. So, so now moving, this is the heliocentric model. This is what we have been taught in our schools, in our science, right? This is what the reality is. Where nobody is denying that. Sun is in the center of the universe. All these planets are orbiting Sun. There is no doubt about it. But in astrology, what we are doing is we we take geocentric solar system. What is geocentric? Means your Earth is in the middle. We think Earth is middle, all other these celestial objects, planets are orbiting around Earth. Say for example, Sun. Sun is only Earth is orbiting Sun, but not other planets. But since we look from Earth's perspective, we think that Sun is orbiting Earth. That's why we say Sun moved from this place, this sign to that sign, right? So now we say Jupiter moved to Cancer. We are looking from Earth's perspective, not the actual Jupiter's position in the universe.
Okay.
Actual position in the universe for Jupiter today is different.
No.
It is not Cancer. Okay. But we are looking from Earth. That is why we say it is in Cancer. Okay. So we look everything from Earth's point of view. Why? Because we are living in Earth. Say tomorrow, somebody who's living in Mars is doing this Jyotisha, then that person will start looking at from Mars's perspective. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any significance that how far they are in the earth, or it is because you place that in a different circle?
Sorry, come again.
Is there any significance of how far these grahas are there in the from earth?
Correct.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I saw that in the circle you put in a different place in different.
Yeah. It matters, right? See, obviously, not all planets are in the same distance,
Mhm.
right? Say, for example, Jupiter stays in one sign for 1 year. So, to Jupiter to complete one complete orbit, it takes 12 years. But
Hmm.
whereas for Saturn, it takes 30 years.
Okay.
So, it does matter. We will see in the future classes all that.
Okay.
And another thing is, in universe, all the planets move in an anti-clockwise direction. Okay. But when we are analyzing it, we consider planets are moving in a clockwise direction because that is easier for our human brain. Okay. This is for when you are doing, say, following South Indian style. When you follow North Indian style, it is same like what is actual in the universe, that is anti-clockwise. You will see the planets mentioned in a horoscope analysis and all anti-clockwise only. That is what we think as a normal direction. Okay. So there is a flip happens when you are analyzing it. But again, that you will get used to it as you progress. So don't think much about it at this point of time. Okay. So now we talked about Rahu Ketu, right? So now we'll see what is Rahu and Ketu. So this is Earth, and you have Sun. So again, remember this is we are geocentric system. So from Earth, we are saying, okay, Sun is orbiting like this, and Moon is also orbiting like this around Earth. So in that path, celestially, there is a lot of difference distance wise. Earth is much closer to, Moon is much closer to Earth, Sun is very far, right? But when you are looking the Earth and Sun, their paths will intersect at some point in the universe. So this first point, this is called ascending node in Western concepts, and we call it as Rahu. And the another point, intersecting point, this one is called descending node or south node, or we call it as a Ketu. So that's why there are stories in our Puranas that the Rahu Ketu is nothing but one Asura, while when they get that Amrut, right, and then distributing it, they will go and stand in line as Devata and then drink that Amruta that Lord Vishnu will be serving. And somebody, Chandra or somebody will tell, Indra, I think, will tell, oh, this person, this he is an Asura, not a Devata. And then Vishnu will, will release his Sudarsana Chakra and then cut off his head. Right? That's why Amrita stays there in the head. We call it as that head as Rahu and the body as Ketu. It's only one person. And then those two bodies were thrown in the universe, and then they're orbiting Earth or orbiting Sun as in the form of Rahu and Ketu. But this is the story in our Puranas for Rahu and Ketu. But remember, all these stories, people may not believe, that's fine. But it is easy to understand their Karakatwas. So we will be talking the Rahu Ketu, how they are different, their Karakatwas. You can easily relate with this concept, head and the body. Rahu means head, Ketu means body without a head. Rahu is head without a body, like that. But these are the Chaya Grahas, we say, they do not exist. Basically, they are nothing but the intersecting points of sun's and moon's orbit when you project it with respect to Earth as the center. Clear? Any doubts here?
No.
Okay. Okay. So we talked about, you might have heard about all these concepts, words, terminologies, right? Exaltation, debilitation, own house, Mulatrikon, aspects, retrograde, and the yogas, right? Different yogas, Raja Yoga, Viparita Raja Yoga, Gajakesari Yoga, whatever. There are hundreds of yogas, right? But we will not be using any of these in this method. In my class, when we are doing the predictions analysis, we will not be using any of this. Without using this, still we will be able to predict. We will be able to analyze and apply our reasoning and then yet get accurate predictions. I don't know if you are following my YouTube videos and all that. I will never ever use these words in my videos.
Not that.
I never, you consider this. I do not use at all. And still, my predictions are pretty accurate. I'll be teaching the same thing without using these things.
Okay.
When in the traditional method, people using it, they can't analyze without using this. In my opinion, it is being used in a different way, and then people get confused. That because there are so many conflicting things will come, and you don't know which is right, which is wrong, which one to take it, which one to leave it.
Mhm.
Okay, say here the same thing. When this is Mamta Banerjee's horoscope, why I've put Saturn? Saturn is exalted. Okay, but Saturn is weak for her. And then Moon is in Mul Trikon. But if you see, what is Venus? Venus is again neutral, but Venus is very strong. That is where like she would have come to power. I mean, we'll see, analyze more charts, right? So this is again Vijay Mallya. So Vijay Mallya is also having what? Enemy Saturn is enemy sign. Nothing here. Vijay Mallya. So Arvind Kejriwal. See, you have two debilitated planets. Okay. So now class info. No basic knowledge is required. I'll be starting from scratch, from fundamentals, right? So today we covered the what is our universe, how is from astrological Jyotisha point of view, what are the Navagrahas and what are the 12 signs names only we consider. That's all. We have not gone much deep into it, right? So then the duration will be to somewhere between 5 months to 6 months. Okay. It will be every Saturday, 2 hours again, depending on the people, number of people and which time zones we will pick. The time appropriately, which is suitable for everyone. Okay. And I mean, this is the usual time, but again, the time we will pick based on the number of people in the class and then depending on the time zones. And mode will be online Zoom. All Zoom recordings will be given. Okay. And practical examples and all will be real life examples only. And the fees is 1,200 for the entire course. Um, then you can sell this amount. Then once you sell the amount, this is the Zell ID for US. For people in India, I think I did not put it. Rupees 25,000 for 6 months. Okay. And since you have joined this class, right, for US people, I will give you discount of 200. So that will be 1,000. And for people in India, it will be 20,000. For people coming from India, message me. I will give you the UPI. You can pay through the UPI. So this amount, and then we will resume the classes from here. For people in US, this is my Zelle ID. You can Zelle 1,000, and then we will go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts? Any other information?
For the Indian people who kept it, you kept it monthly?
Oh, this is for the entire term.
Entire term, okay.
Yeah, this everything is entire term.
Entire term, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this is for the entire term for 6 months.
Okay.
Sir, is this a complete class? It's a complete course
Yes.
from the basic to the advanced, or will there be an advanced class after this?
I don't believe in something called advanced and all that. Everything I'm covering. I've covered the syllabus in the early. Yeah, again, let me go 1 minute. Um, Let me go to that slide. If you are in the group, I can send the PDF file of this again. Everything, fundamentals, all career events, everything, all events, everything, including birth time rectification. That is what normally people say, predicting events like anything. If somebody after this class, okay, let me tell you, again, I'm repeating. Within 2 minutes, you will be able to answer the client's person's question. If somebody lost a job, if they ask, okay, when will I get a job? You will you will be able to answer it.
Mhm. Sir, I would like to know one thing.
Yeah.
What is your view on remedies and what is your success rate on that? Can you share some kind of like your personal experience?
See, remedies, I will tell you types of remedies. Okay. I think I will be covering somewhere between 25 to 35 types of remedies. And in that, I will tell you which remedies will give you when results. Okay.
Okay.
Which are quick, which will be slow, but it will yield at some point, like that. Everything will be there. All my remedies will work 100%.
Okay.
And I will not be recommending. I mean, if you come for consultation, then you will know, right? Uh, I will not recommend people, hey, okay, you go to this homa or you go to this temple and then do this puja like that. My remedies are different. When I prescribe, I recommend to the clients. But in the class, I will be covering everything.
Okay, so in your personal experience, have you seen that after following all the remedies, everything changes in a life, person's life? So like, what
See,
is your personal experience? That's what I wanted to know.
see,
Mhm.
that is what you have to understand. First is there has to be scope in your horoscope.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, there has to be scope in your horoscope for remedies to work.
So you mean like
Okay.
everything is already written in your destiny, in your horoscope? So
Exactly.
you can.
Exactly. So if there is something is no scope for
Mm-hmm.
improvement, no remedies will work. It
Okay.
doesn't matter. But that is what, right, in the class, I will be teaching that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll be teaching that. You will know, you will see, okay, for this remedies will work. For this, it doesn't matter. When that event itself is not supporting, say, for example, marriage,
Mm-hmm.
your dasha periods are not supporting. It doesn't matter whether you do remedies or not.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would you suggest some kind of software where we can like generate our chat and
Yeah, correct. I will be teaching, then I will be telling you which software I use. Then you can go and then purchase that software directly from them.
Mhm.
I use a Horosoft, the software, and I will be telling, it has my customization as well. So all that we have seen, right? In the Stellanari method, there is a again hybrid method. I have my own way of calculations. That is where my percentage is even more higher. I'll
Mhm.
be telling you how to use those, and those changes are already there in that software. That is a commercially available software. There is no link between me and then that person. Its only thing happens to be that that person accepted my request to update the software to those changes, whatever I asked.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it. Okay. Sounds good.
Any other question?
Uh, for
Yes,
me, I
sir. You told that there are different types of Nadi astrology. And in this class, which type of Nadi astrology are we going to learn?
So I will be teaching you the stellar Nadi astrology.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See, uh, when the person comes to you for a reading, right? It really doesn't matter. That person doesn't care which method we are using, right? That
Yes, sir.
person cares, okay, will I get a job or not? Somebody lost a job, right? When will I get a job? That is what people are going to look for. So it is up to us which method we are going to use. And when we say, it should be almost accurate. Right? So first we have to see whether there is a scope in his horoscope or her horoscope when the job will get, chances of getting the jobs, and then see what type of remedies, if at all, that can be applied. Then you will get the job. So, madam, you were asking about the remedies, right? My Many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I also run a non-profit organization. So one of the volunteer lost a job,
Okay.
and he is a Muslim. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then I asked him, "Do you believe in astrology?" Because I don't know. He said, "Yes, sir, I believe." So do you have your birth details? Then he sent his horoscope only. Okay. They had. So I did it, analyzed it. I told him, okay, you chant this mantra, you go to, do this Navagraha Pradakshana, you do chant this mantra. Okay. And I don't remember which year it was, somewhere in January. I said, after this date, you will get a job.
Mm-hmm.
And being a Muslim, he did everything, all the remedies he followed. He said, sir, it doesn't matter to me. God is a God, whether it is Navagraha or Hindu or Muslim, I really don't mind. He did it.
Mm.
I set some specific date. Until that date, end date, he didn't have any clue at all. Nothing, no movement. After that date night, 10 o'clock, he received a call from his friend telling him, okay, tomorrow you go and talk to this person, you will get a job. There is a job. And then he became a site engineer or whatever. And now, like, he's so happy. And he said, sir, as you predicted, it worked. I said only, I didn't do anything. I just analyzed, predicted, I gave you remedies, you followed it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
He was like Jamless struggling. Then
Mm-hmm.
he said, sir, then he will send one picture, sir, I'm flying in a plane right now, all because of you. And then he posted, sent me a picture also. So he is so happy. So again, it all depends upon, first there has to be scope in the horoscope.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not like, okay, you do remedy, everything will get changed. No,
That way it will not happen.
But
that will never ever happen.
will there be any scope, or in horoscope will be there, some scope also will be not there? Is that something? Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
That is where our skill comes into picture.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Okay.
that is where our predictions become more accurate. See, I tell them, people, hey boss, this time it's not favorable. It will not happen means it will not happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can tell which time it will happen. Then.
Exact.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you do these remedies at that time, or you do now, and it will, the effect will be good, and so that you will get it. That's
Correct.
how it is. Okay.
So the remedies, I will tell which remedies you can do now, which
Mhm.
are generic, will give long-term solution, long-term problem solving, right? And there are some remedies you have to do at that time only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So, when you say stellar Nadi astrology, so this is based on the nakshatra system, right?
No, nakshatra system. When we divide the nakshatra into sublords.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you would have heard about only four padas, right? We would say nakshatra is divided into four.
Father,
First
yeah.
pada, second, third, and fourth,
Yeah.
right? In
Mm-hmm.
the traditional astrology. So now here what we are doing, we are dividing that into nine.
Uh, for the total
Okay,
Rasi, it is divided into nine. Oh,
correct.
okay. Yeah.
So we go much deep.
Okay. Yeah.
So when we go deep, you will get better answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And this method is more accurate.
Yeah,
Is that
this is more accurate.
okay? Okay, good.
See, all the predictions, whatever I'm making, right, about the celebrities you see in my YouTube, it's all
Hmm.
based on this method only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Then I do a lot of other mundane predictions. That is different. Okay.
Okay.
So that is entirely different topic and subject. Okay. So that won't be covered in this class. In this class is only for individual horoscope.
And when you say medical astrology means it is again based on your Nadi astrology on
Yeah,
that.
not correct. Not see, fundamentals are Vedic astrology.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We are not deviating from that.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
part of Vedic astrology.
Exact. So part of so Vedic is fundamental. From there, the stellar nadi is one branch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The root is same, the same.
Okay.
But in Vedic astrology, why don't we consider Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto? Because
So sorry, I will tell you about that.
Mhm. Okay.
I will tell you about that. Why I do not consider. Okay. I can talk about myself.
In Vedic astrology also, it's not there, right?
It's not there. I will tell you why.
Mhm. Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Okay.
So, do we take into consideration the dasha system also?
Yes, yes, of course. Without Dasha system, we cannot predict.
Okay.
So the predict is the when, right? When that event is going to happen. That is for that we need Dasha system.
Okay.
Okay. And I will tell you, most of the predictions you can do finish in Dasha systems only. You will not even use the transits. A lot of people you might have heard, they heavily depend on transit. Oh, today Jupiter is here, Saturn is here because of that, right? I mean, you can use that. Or again, all my predictions, I rarely use the transits for my predictions.
Okay.
When I'm doing individual horoscope, personal horoscope reading and predictions.
So you will not use transit, you are saying?
Yeah, I mean, I will teach you how to use it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay. I will teach you how to use it.
Mhm.
But in that whole class itself, you will see without using that, you can arrive at the results, arrive at the predictions more easily and more accurately.
Okay. Perfect.
So it won't be, you don't need to use.
Mhm.
That will be used only to exactly on which date it will happen.
Okay.
See, somebody says, okay, when will my child get married or I will get married? You don't have to say January 15th, 2026, right? For them, the answer they're looking at is, okay, next 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. That's all. The transits will be used if you want to predict, okay, on which specific day it happens. Okay.
And sir, is it the teaching simultaneously with the South Indian chart and the North Indian chart,
Yes.
both side by side?
Both side by side or interchangeably. That's what I will teach, both the methods. All right. If everybody in the class is North Indian comfortable, then I will use only North Indian. It's up to you guys. But I prefer my students to know both. It's only how you are looking at it. Sir, Pritham, you said you are a retired person. Like, what were you doing? Like, I mean,
I,
can you
I was
start?
working for BPO, sir.
Okay, PPO. Okay.
Why I asked about the South Indian chart is basically here in our place we use the South Indian chart.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
I was trying to go into this line, and if I had to go into this line, as I'm from Bangalore, people
Mm-hmm.
ask me the South Indian chart itself.
Correct. Correct.
So that's the reason I asked about
Yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. You can use any method. It really doesn't matter. And now, because those days have gone where you cast the horoscope manually and then read it. Now everything is there in the software. You use the software. In software, you can easily change the setting whether you want North Indian style or South Indian style. It is going to
Okay.
display. It is going to display that. Okay. Any other question?
No, thank you.
Okay. If there are no questions, thank you very much. Happy Deepavali. Those who are interested, message me directly on this WhatsApp number, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Then I will post about the class timing and all that. Then after that, depending on how many people and which time zones, we will pick up, we'll schedule, we'll fix a convenient time for everyone. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. Have a nice rest of the week. Happy Deepavali again. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.